Alright, how are we doing, folks, for sound today? Hey, how we going, people? I heard about the level 2 paper, and I'm sure I don't know how many level 2 folks are actually here, but I probably after this, I'm gonna have I've got the paper. I haven't had a look at it properly. I'll have a look at it and give some feedback. But for the level ones, look, as I said to you guys before on the actual message there, yeah, what I might do is I might just jump on separately for the level twos. I'll just get the level ones out of the way so they can actually get going with their exam prep. All right, so let's just get the level ones out of the way, and then I might just start a separate stream, so just to kind of have a chat with the level twos, just to hear your thoughts about the paper. We might do it in about 10-15 minutes. Yeah, Aria, look, so look, basically, folks, for the level ones, look, I can't really answer any kind of questions because you know, like I said with the level twos yesterday, everybody is trying to prepare in their own ways. So there's so many different questions, and it's pretty hard for me to just kind of cover anything. So what I am going to kind of point out today, if you are kind of preparing for the main exams, is, as I've mentioned before, I think I've left all of the old tutorials that are there and the exam papers that are there. Further to that, I can't remember if I sorted this or not. If you go to my, maybe I didn't do it. I thought I did it. Okay, no, I didn't do it. So I guess at the moment, in terms of revision, you've pretty much got all of this here to kind of go through with. So I know like a lot of people that are trying to aim for like achieved for level, like for tables, equations, and graphs. Some of the old tutorials in this is really good. The newer ones, we've been like doing a lot of excellence questions, so people can get put off by it. But if you go somewhere around like these parts here, especially like the 2019 versions, like they're really good for like just like your basic tutorials, and then it kind of helps you. So exponential, yep, there is some work in there for linear, exponential, quadratic, as you guys will see. Those three are really, really good, and there's some investigation questions there as well from the past that's worth having a look at. Hi Rena, sorry, I keep seeing your message, and it's not me trying to ignore or anything, it's just trying to get through this today. So like I said, those TEG tutorials, they're pretty handy. If you are doing geometric reasoning, one thing that I would recommend is the bearings one. That's always really good. And I did some more revision with geometry there as well. So that's there as well. I'm not clicking on my own stream. Yeah, it's crack up. It's there. But what else? If you are doing charts and data, like look, I've only done a couple of papers with that. Oh hey Sasha, how you doing? So yeah, so like with charts and data, I've only done like a couple of papers, so it's a bit how do I say it? It's a bit crazy with that. I can't really fully comment on it, but no, I don't think I'll have time to do it. KW, like seriously, like bloodshot eyes. You know, this is like lack of sleep. Yes, Abigail, you still get the answer right even if you are a couple of decimals off. So look, Zalo, I'm sorry, I don't actually know any kind of like news with a pilot. EB Eshan, sorry, for your question, will the max area always be negative parabola? Yes, you're correct. Max area would always be a negative parabola, so it's a really quick little tip for you there. No, Oshin, I'm just here to kind of say good luck to you folks, and kind of point out on the tutorials, unless like some people that are like really kind of struggling. Look, while we're at it, look, I just want to kind of add this to you folks, because I know like sometimes this is your first proper exam and you might actually not know how the marking schedule works. So the way it works is that, you know, you've got like the question split up into three. And then what you have is you've also got like you've got achieved, merit, and excellence kind of grades, right? Now look, the way it works is like this. You could answer a merit question, and then you basically get maximum 5 points for it. All right, so even if you get, like, say you get these achieved questions wrong, but you get like one merit question correct, then the maximum you'll get is 5 points for that question. Time management advice, I would say depends on how many papers you're doing. So if you're like doing only one paper, you've got pretty much all the time in the world. If you're doing like 3 papers, then obviously you want to be spending about 20 minutes on each of these questions. All right, like no more than 20 minutes. Otherwise you just end up wasting too much time. Now look, everybody is going to get 3 hours, regardless of whether you do 1 paper or 3 papers. You're still going to get 3 hours. Unfortunately, I don't know the range for achieved, but merit's range, like I know that merit always starts at 15. Achieved could be like, depending on the paper. If they find the papers too hard, they might drop it to a 7, an 8, but I know that achieved only goes up to 14. Merit can go from 15 to 20 or 19, depending on, again, how difficulty the paper is. Exponential excellence, again, like it depends on what that merit cutoff is. So it could be 20 to 24 or 21 to 24. So yeah, it really depends on on the day what they decide to do with the paper. So yeah, Sam's, it is like, look, I think you know, if you manage to get like a couple of merit questions, like look at this, like let's say you get 2 merit questions here, and then this one you get everything wrong, but you get like a double E8 question, then you'd get like 8 plus 6 plus 6, which is actually 20 points, which is pretty close to being a excellence, right? Equations from a table. Who's this? 100 Ping Fender. You've got basically this playlist here. In this playlist, you've actually got these 4 tutorials are fairly useful, like the investigations, exponential, quadratic, and linear. That should help you with any kind of help in terms of like what to do for equations from a table. Nirmaljit, I unfortunately can't, because I don't know anything about 1.4 because it's a pilot one. I've like if I have done, like, you know, I teach at a junior college at year 10, man. Like I don't see these papers. Hi Tanushi and Dhruvi, there you go. Yeah, so Khadija, I think that's why partially I stopped kind of after 2 papers with chance and data, because I was like, well, if I'm making it, it's like I didn't have, otherwise I would have stayed up this morning or last night to actually make it, but I was like, oh, it's just, I needed some sleep. What paper should I do first? Ray, I would actually suggest you to pick the easiest paper first, whichever paper. Read the questions, guys, like read the questions, and then try and figure out which one is actually easier to work out of. Dilf, thank you, but you don't really need to do that. Nostalgia, I've got a playlist here called right in my home playlist. If you go right to the bottom there, there's calculated tips. You can actually find all the calculated tips there. Hey Nirm, I don't know if you, like, how do I say it, Nirmaljit, I don't think you're actually understanding what I'm trying to say. I don't know what 1.4 is. I don't know what is in it. All right, so I honestly don't know what's in it. Like, I don't even know what topics are in it. So, sorry, mate, will not be able to help you. Zach, I don't know about the exam paper ones, but I know level 2 and level 3 would be. But in terms of the skills, it'll still be the same. So I'm gonna go back and redo a few skills videos for next year and kind of start much earlier than like how I did. Instead of July, I'm starting in starting in February probably this time, to get rid of some of the level 2 topics. Ashton, it's a bit late for that, I would say, but no, I don't know what the pilot is. Sorry. No, right, cool. I think everyone should have the same rules. Like in terms of if you look at approved calculators of for NCEA exams, you pretty much have your graphics calculator 9750. That's the graphing one. You pretty much allowed any kind of graphics calculator there. Folks, look, just because you send a message 5 times, it's just a bit annoying, but like I can't read through that. So okay, in terms of not getting nervous in the exam, Paloma, that's a really good question. It's I think you've got to figure out what works for you, because I mean, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like if I'm nervous with anything, I kind of just listen to my music and just get myself in a good headspace before I go to the exam. I try and not to learn anything new like about 2 hours before the exam, because it just messes things up. In fact, I'll probably do like get a good night's sleep as well, and get some good food in you before you go and to the exam as well. Sky, if your mind's completely blanks out, my suggestion is like, look, go back to basics, like just drawing with like, get some numbers, create a table, and just doing those little things are kind of helps you at the moment. No, Sarah, he is actually asleep. He's gone back to sleep. I'm sorry. TEG does help for calculus in level 2. Yes, it does, but it's like, it's not the be all and end all. But look, there's quite a few folks that have done this. They'll tell you this. It looks massive. It looks busy. It looks crazy. But at the end of the day, like, you finish the exam and you come out and you go, oh, that was really hard. But then you go and you look at the level 2s right now. They're saying that was really hard. But at the end of the day, folks, you'll be fine. All right. Like, these exams, like, depending on if the exam ends up being too hard, they adjust the marking schedule to make things a little bit kind of easy. So don't stress too much about it. Just focus on what you know, and focus on how you can get your things that you know out. Pencil for graphs. You can use pencil for graphs, but I think with pencil for graphs, like if you use anything in pencil, they kind of don't allow for remarking. So it's a good idea to kind of, unless you feel like you're going to miss out on excellence grade, then I would say don't use like a pencil. Try and use like a pen. How do you find the asymptote for exponential? That's how do I I think you can check out the little find the exponential given 3 points video, Jack. I think you should be alright with that. See, this is what I mean by it's like it's always going to be a bit crazy with last minute tutorials. So TEG right here, go in there, and I think this is a 2021 paper tutorials. They're really handle good. Keo, I don't think it I don't think you will, because like most people that do level 2, they get credits which transfer from level 2 to level 1. So it's not something where it's like it's the be all or end all. Andre Yuckerman, absolutely. I don't think there's anything like, I don't think you should ever think that just because you stop doing maths now you can't go to uni. There's plenty of ways to get to university. Also depending on what it is that you want to do as well. Poniha, you'll be getting 3 hours for the paper. Nostalgia, there's no calculator instructions for exponential equation. Nirmaljit, no, I didn't do NCEA. I did bursary when I was young. Yes, Sarah, you get your MCAT results back with your other results. Tips, Keo, manage your time. How do you give excellence reasoning for the geometry paper? Sophie, I think excellence reasoning is just giving all the right reasons. That's it. That's the main thing I'd actually say. Just as long as you give the reasons, depending on the type of questions, it'll be excellence. Up to you, Anna, in terms of TEG or chance and data. It's what you find easy. So, folks, like that's one thing I'd say. You know, you need to focus on things you know. So if you know like a particular paper you're confident on, just jump straight into it and try and get finish as much as possible. Ray, time-wise, you're looking at what are we looking at? Time management. Like, look, 20 for each question. That's what I would best suggest for you guys. 100 ping. That vertex formula is in your calculator. So keep that in mind. Like, it is actually already written in your calculator. Like most people don't realize this, but if you go to menu and go down to conics, there you go. The vertex form is actually given to you in your calculator if you do forget about it. All right, folks, look, that's like literally I just wanted to kind of have a quick chat with you guys. Similar triangles, yes, definitely useful. Learn it. See if you can try and definitely learn it. All right. So, folks, look, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of you guys that have been kind of tuning in since I think it was like late July we started this. And it's been like, you know, night after night of tutorials. I think it's like you do like a 4-month training for this, and at the end, you know, the tiredness definitely starts kicking in. So I really just want to wish you folks the best of luck for your exams tomorrow. I will start early with calculus next year, and probably I'll try and do some probability right at the beginning, so that you know you have that. You know how we did that algebra and like I think there's an algebra. I'll show you guys what I mean by. So I basically got this playlist here, which is algebra in 15 hours. So I'm gonna do something like that, but at the start of the year, so that you're pretty much prepped and ready to go before even your teachers come in with the topic. So trying to kind of give you guys a bit of a head start. So yeah, so you know, look forward to hearing from you sometime in January with your results. On another news, like my subscriber count is at about 45.4, which is crazy. If I get to 50, I've got to do something exceptionally crazy. I don't know what, but yeah, so all I can say is good luck for your exams, and I'll catch you guys in a couple of few months. Make sure you enjoy your break. Reset the calculator, yes. Do reset the calculator, and also don't forget to put it back to degrees for geometric reasoning. All right. I really hope like I'm not gonna be in that state like what I'm hearing from the level 2s today. Like they said that the algebra paper was quite hard, and I haven't had a look at it. I'm gonna look at it next, but that's just to have a chat with the level 2s. All right. As for you folks, please leave, go and go get your revision done. Go get some sleep, and good luck for tomorrow. All right. So yeah, massive thanks from me, and as always, thank you guys for joining and watching. All right. Good luck tomorrow. If I can find the end stream. Oh, here it is. Where it is.